Wow, how many guns do we got here? Holy crap. Here's the 9, and 9, and 7. Perfect. All right, let's start talking about the Cram. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Woe Show. On this episode, we'll be talking about the Macedon Defense Cram, now known as the Weapon Outfitters Cram, since my homie, who's a lawyer who invented the Cram, he's too busy doing legal stuff, law stuff, actually pays the bills. Gun stuff, that's not where you go to make money, you know what I mean?
Cannot afford.
Let's talk a little bit about the ACOG. The ACOG is basically a middle-aged optic. This was designed in the late 80s. The ACOG is an iconic scope. It's extremely lightweight, it's extremely durable, it's got great glass clarity. The durability on the ACOG is legendary. Like if you look on YouTube, there's a ton of videos of people just doing insane things with the ACOG. I think Delta 34's video where he welds it, he smashes it, disassembles it, reassembles it, and it's still ticking, showcases just how durable this optic is. Now, it was designed in the 80s, back when carry handles were the only option. You'll notice that this channel on the carry handle matches the body of the ACOG perfectly. The ACOG was designed to sit in this carry handle and be right here, like where the 4X old school Colt optic sits. So it's designed to be pretty high. Now in the 90s, industry and military worked together to develop the flat top upper receiver. If you go on ARFCOM and read like the old history about it, like Dick Swan from Arms Inc. helped work on the flat top upper. Unfortunately, the standard ACOG mounts sitting on the flat top brings the ACOG low and forward. Now this can be a real issue with fixed buttstocks, because the eye box on the ACOG, on the 4X ACOG at least, is pretty small. So you need to get your eye pretty close to it. And this wasn't a problem with the carry handles, because the original carry handle design, since it sat so high and so far to the rear, it was pretty ergonomic as it was designed. The ACOG is designed to sit high and a little bit more rearwards than you get with the flat top standard upper receivers. The Cram returns the ACOG to its traditional mounting location. It's not as tall as if it was on a carry handle, but it's pretty close. When I first saw this product at SHOT Show in 2014 or 2013, oh my God, a decade ago, more than a decade ago. I'm getting old.
I'm too old for this shit.
Basically, I saw the Cram at SHOT Show 2014, and back then, ACOGs were kind of old, the boomer optic, and it wasn't that great to use, I thought. I got handed a gun, immediately shouldering it and using it. I was like, oh my God. Just this little spacer suddenly made the ACOG far more viable in the modern flat top upper receiver era. It just brings it up to where it needs to be for like modern heads up shooting. You don't have to like tactical turtleneck down and really bring your head in to use the ACOG anymore. Just having it higher and to the rear is just really nice. Yeah, so for a long time we were the exclusive distributor of the Macedon Defense Cram. Eventually we just got the rights to it, and now we produce it and sell it. This $40 spacer does a lot to make this $1,000 optic more usable. So the Weapon Outfitters Cram does a lot to improve the ergonomics, the practical ergonomics of the ACOG. What else can I say about it? The Cram was invented more than a decade ago. Back then, height over bore, people wanted as close to the bore as possible. It makes the ballistic calculations a little bit easier. It makes the trajectory a little bit better for a pure external ballistics purposes. But you know, since then, ergonomics have taken over as being the priority more than external ballistics. So the height it's available in is 5.5, 7.0, and 9.0. The numbers stand for millimeters. So it's a 5.5 millimeter up to a 9.0 millimeter raising of the ACOG. The stock ACOG mount, I think it's the TA50 mount, something like that. The stock ACOG mount by Trijicon is the lowest version. Aftermarket versions typically are a little bit higher, like the popular LaRue mount. We've got a GG&G here, an ADM mount here. All of them are a little bit taller than the stock mount. The 5.5 riser works with the lowest profile of backup iron sights, if you want to use a backup iron sight. And the 9.0 works with even the bulkiest rear backup iron sights like the Maytech. In our case, this 9.0 is with MBus 3, and here it's with the bulky Knights Armament 600 millimeter sight. Actually, this is a 7.0, but it's got the aftermarket mount. All in all, you got to experiment with what works for you. For modern shooting stances and ergonomics, people generally prefer the 9.0 height. The 5.5 is kind of more traditionalist for people who want as little height over bore as possible. When we first started carrying the Cram, we thought that the popularity of the ACOG was waning. We just wanted to help people out who were kind of stuck on the ACOG, but we were surprised to find over time that the ACOG is actually very popular still. Even though it's middle-aged, like I said, and it's from the 80s, like I am, the Marine Corps is still buying them in bulk. People are still buying them. It's still considered a standard optic. And people will be like, oh, it's archaic. Sure, but it's extremely durable. It's got extremely good glass clarity. I know some of my professional optics friends who work for other companies will note that the prism optics don't have perfect optical performance. That there might be some slight distortion. Professionals from competing scope companies will criticize the ACOG, saying as a prism optic, there might be slight distortion and whatnot. But for all practical purposes with 5.56 ARs, I can't see it. I guess I don't have the pickiest eyeballs. To me, the optical quality is amazing. If there is any distortion, I don't know if it makes enough of a difference to be noticeable. For a mass-issued infantry optic, ACOG is really hard to beat just because of its durability and its overall quality. Its weight, its size, its performance, it's still a really high-tier optic, even today in 2025 and beyond. Like, does it do its job? Does it work? Will it not break in the field? Will it not break from abuse? Like, when you're looking at military ACOGs that are beat to hell, I mean, half of them are missing the adjustment caps and are still in active use. It's pretty crazy. Overall, I think that the Cram is a great upgrade. It's a very cost-efficient upgrade. It makes the ACOG a lot more usable. And I think it extends its service life, honestly. This is a great optic to use, and I'd highly recommend it. I think it really shines at 25 meters and beyond. Even though you can use it for even closer range engagements with a bend-in aiming concept where the blurriness of fast movement is... One thing that Trijicon likes to promote with the ACOG is the bend-in aiming concept, where you can use it like a red dot with both eyes open, and the illuminated center reticle can be used like a red dot. I don't know about how great that is. I haven't really tested it myself. I mean, for close range stuff, I still prefer a red dot sight. But for civilian use, how often are you kicking in the door and needing to make a split-second shot, right? I feel for most infantry style tasks, most civilian shooting tasks, the fixed magnification, high quality, good glass clarity ACOG is honestly a very viable product. Its competition is LPVOs. Yeah, LPVOs do the same thing where you have mounts of varying heights, and the Cram just makes it so the ACOG can do the same. I would recommend the 9.0 for modern shooting stances. Feel free to try out other heights. We have all of them in stock in various colors at weaponoutfitters.com. Yeah, but the ACOG has had a huge influence on the industry, kind of like the Aimpoint Micro. There's many optics who use the ACOG's mounting standards, and if the optic can fit an ACOG mount, the Cram can be used with it. because like I was mentioning, the ACOG is built around the carry handle dimensions and the Cram is as well. Competing optics that use a similar mounting standard are all compatible with the Cram. Basically, if it can fit ACOG mounts, the Cram can fit it. The new EOTech Voodoo 3-9 we believe will work with the Cram as well. We're waiting to get ours in. We placed our order at SHOT Show, so it should be just a matter of time. Anyways, the Mastodon Defense Cram, the Weapon Outfitters Cram, is available obviously at weaponoutfitters.com. Check us out. Thank you very much. Yeah.